Donald Trump's running for president again, but don't worry, the Republicans have a strategy for dealing with him. Now, it's subtle, it's behind the scenes, but they're thinking long term, that it will solve all of their problems with this guy. His insane rhetoric, him elevating absolute chuckleheads and making them Senate candidates. This is going to solve all of that for them, okay? We're gonna get there. You need to understand that The Atlantic spoke to a lot of former Trump loyalists, insiders to the Republican Party about this. They say that based on the talks they've had, aside from his most blinkered loyalists, so I don't know, Stephen Miller or something, virtually everyone in the party agrees it's time to move on from him. Okay, so easier said than done though. A lot of Americans still like him. He's been around for a long time, he's got a lot of money, so how do you do that? Well, ask them how they plan to do it, and the discussion quickly veers into the realm of hopeful hypotheticals. Maybe he'll get indicted and his legal problems will overwhelm him. Maybe he'll flame out early in the primaries or just get bored with politics and wander away. Maybe the situation will resolve itself naturally. He's old after all. How many years can he have left? That is, for some of them, their actual plan. We're gonna sit and we're gonna wait and let nature take its course. In his recent book, Thank You for Your Servitude, The Atlantic writes, it's Mark Leibovich who wrote it, quoted a former Republican representative who bluntly summarized his party's plan. We're just waiting for him to die. As it turns out, it's not an uncommon sentiment. In McKay Coppin's conversations with Republicans, I heard repeatedly that the least disruptive path to getting rid of him, grim as it sounds, might be to wait for his expiration. Their rationale, though, was straightforward. Former president is 76 years old, overweight, appears to maintain the diet of a college freshman, and believes, contrary to all science, that exercise is bad for you. However, and I did not know this, I knew all of that about him. His mom died at 88 and his father at 93. So that doesn't mean everything, but what if we still have 15 to 20 years with Donald Trump, Brett? What do you think?
I love it so much. It's funny
so cowardly.
Is it cowardly? It's not cowardly. They're not just waiting for him to die. They want it to seem like they're just waiting, doing what they can in the meantime, but they're not waiting for him to die. They are unleashing campaign after campaign, hope against hope, dollar after dollar toward Ron DeSantis to save them from this. And because they've learned what they wanted from Donald Trump. They got the guy who is gonna, animate the racists and the hateful people in America to get involved in politics. The lost, poor white voter that is not just motivated by abortion issues. That's what they're motivating with CRT and gas stove nonsense. The M&Ms, all of that. That's what they learned from. Pick stupid fights, stay in the news. And hopefully you can make people forget about Donald Trump. Does he still have it? Sure, maybe, I don't know. But they're not just waiting for him to die.
Not just,
it would be
but
nice.
I would, like they're supporting Ron DeSantis. That is true. And I think that they are more willing to allow that to be a clear strategy than they would have been a few years ago. But it's not like all of the biggest Republicans are putting out unified ads, shredding Donald Trump, warning the base that he's gonna lose in 2024. Like there is way more that if they wanted to be brave, I think they could do to try to peel off little bits of his support. And I think that would raise the chance that they beat him. It would also raise the chance that if they don't beat him, all of them would be kicked out of the party, which is why I don't think they're doing it, which is why I think it is still cowardice. They're not doing nothing, I agree with you, but they're not doing anything approaching as much as they could.
No, they're doing exactly what they think they can do. They don't want to alienate
do without taking heat, I think.
Yeah,
I think this is about protecting themselves. That is cowardice. That's what
it's funny.
Saying.
It's just like the rose,
but
it's just the rose-colored glass, or the way to make themselves feel good about how powerless they are. Yeah. There's a weird we're doing something active. We're waiting for him to die. It's still an admission of defeat, even though.
That is good. I do like that. Okay, you get a Blue Apron gift card.
Check out the Damage Report podcast each day, wherever you get your podcasts, whether Pocket Casts or Stitcher or iTunes. You can join me as I give you the news and stories you want, with a range of co-hosts and interview guests jumping in on the fun each day. Again, that's the Damage Report, wherever you get your podcasts. And if you get them at iTunes, don't forget to rate and review. Sometimes I'll read them live on the show.